right, William Smith, let's take up your case. We are on the record in 2025 TR 140, State of Kansas versus William Henry Smith. Brett Sweeney for the state and William Henry Smith, the defendant in person and pro se. You are the defendant, William Smith?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Smith, you are charged in count 1 with driving with an unlawful registration or illegal tag, an unclassified misdemeanor. Fines include up to $2,500 possibility and a sentence of 30 days to 6 months or both. Count 2, driving without a license, is a Class B misdemeanor. Penalties include up to 6 months maximum jail sentence and a $1,000 fine. I'm not seeing anything that would preclude him from diversion. Do you have any notes on that, Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor. I'd probably have to see an application.
And
All right. So do you want to apply for diversion, Mr. Smith, or do you think you might have some record that would keep you from?
my license wasn't denied. It was just, it expired. I had turned 35 or 36. It had expired 2 weeks before that. I just didn't know.
Please don't put your driver's license up for everybody on YouTube to see.
Sorry.
That's for your protection. Yeah, that does happen, and that's what you're charged with, is driving without a valid license, which covers expireds. A lot of people get caught in that position, unfortunately for them.
Yeah,
so
car with no registration. I don't even own the car anymore. The car caught on fire and was a total loss.
Okay, well, I don't know what the county attorney would want in that case, but they do generally expect you to get a license, which you've already done, and to get the car tagged. But if you can show that it's destroyed, I don't know what they do about that. But I will give you time if you want to look into diversion and try to keep it off your record.
I don't know why I would have to go to diversion for if I didn't know my license. I don't get why I would have to go to diversion for if I didn't know my license was expired. And I can't prove to you guys that I have tags on it because the car is destroyed. Like, it's like completely a total loss. Like, it caught on fire. Like, everything in it burned. So I can't prove to you guys I have pictures of the car burning up, and like I showed you, and I have
You're talking to the wrong person about that, because I don't make the rules for diversion. By law, the legislature allows the county attorney to have a diversion program. Our county attorney elects to have a diversion program to benefit the folks that get charged. But they have the rules, and so you have to explain that to them and see what they say. They're the boss on the diversion.
Okay,
all I can offer you is one of the following 4. You can enter a plea of not guilty and set these charges for bench trial at a later date. You can proceed without an attorney and represent yourself and admit the charges today. You'd be found guilty and we'd sentence you today. You can plead no contest, which means you don't admit the charges, but you don't want to deny them and take them to trial. Then that instance, you'd still most likely be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing. Then there is that 4th option that I mentioned, diversion. If you applied for and received diversion and did whatever the requirements are, you could get the charges dismissed, kept off your record. They couldn't be used to enhance your insurance or anything of that sort. So you need to just tell me which of those 4 you want to do.
I don't want to do none of the 4 because a diversion is a program for somebody who is like drinking and driving and smoking. I shouldn't have to be put on diversion for me turning 36. Like, you're throwing me on a drug program for me turning 36 years old and forgetting to renew my license here.
Diversion is for any of variety of charges. It's not
Yeah.
just for alcohol related. All right, well, just tell me this. Do you want an attorney? You can hire an attorney, apply for court appointed, or represent yourself.
I want an attorney.
All right, are you going to hire an attorney? Are you able to hire an attorney?
No, I'm 5 hours away.
How does that have to do with hiring an attorney or applying?
Because I'm like, how do I do diversion if I'm 5 hours away? That's what
You're talking to the wrong person. You have to talk to the diversion folks. Okay, this is the attorney. Are you going to hire an attorney or apply for court appointed?
what do I do?
What is it?
She's telling me I either need to get an attorney or I have to take diversion.
I didn't say you have to take diversion. Absolutely not did I say that. I said it is an option. I said,
I want an attorney.
all right, can you afford to hire an attorney?
No,
Do you wish to apply for court appointed and see if you qualify?
yes,
All right, I will need to ask you some personal financial questions. Where do you work?
I'm a substitute teacher.
Okay, and where do you do that?
I do it for multiple different counties. I mean, different school districts in
And
Nebraska. In Nebraska.
you're from Nebraska, in the Nebraska area?
Yeah.
What do you get paid generally? And I know it's going to vary, but
And it varies. There is no general like number of what I get paid.
all right, let me ask you this. Did you file a tax return for the year 2024?
Yeah,
What did you report as your annual income?
I couldn't even tell you. I can't even remember.
I need you to kind of help yourself so I can help you here. I
No,
need to know what you,
1,400 a month.
well, is that what you put on your tax return?
I'm gonna guess around there. Yes.
Well, I can't have you guessing. I need you to tell me the truth.
Well, that's about what I probably put.
Who is that person you were talking to? Is that your
My wife.
spouse?
Yeah, it's my wife.
Does she know what you made last year on your tax returns that was reported?
So his monthly income is about 2,200.
Okay, and is that based on what he reported last year?
I would say yes. It varies if he's on a long-term sub job or not.
Okay. Mr. Smith, I'm going to need to have you fill out a written application under oath as to what your income and expenses are. The clerk can email you an application, but you can't take a picture and send it back, or for some reason I can't read those. So Destiny, he'll need to mail that back. Is that right?
You would either need to mail it back or fax it back, Your Honor.
Or fax it. Okay. But don't take a picture and email it. For some reason that doesn't show up right. So since you're kind of uncertain and kind of guessing, I can't do appointments on guesses. I probably do it more often than I know, but I'm going to enter a not guilty plea and set this over. Can you give me a couple of weeks? I know we're busy, but
I don't have a couple of weeks. Like, this is my life.
I'm sorry, I'm not talking to you, sir. I'm talking to the clerk. I sure don't want to go to July 13th on this.
Are you wanting to put it on a Monday, Your Honor, or on a Wednesday?
Probably a Monday.
A Monday, let me see. I believe we could fit them on June 9th. That's probably the earliest I've got though.
All right. I'm going to set a bond. Kansas law requires that when the officers don't arrest you on the scene,
Right.
that you have to come back and get your picture and prints taken and post a bond. I'm going to set your bond at 2,500 OR. You do not have to pay that unless you fail to come to court.
Can I ask what happens if I choose diversion? Can I talk to them and will they drop it?
Again, talk to diversion.
Yeah, if I talk to diversion, can I talk to them and will they drop it?
The first thing you need to do is go online and look at the diversion rules. If you think you apply, if you think you want to do what they direct you to do, and you still have questions, then call the county attorney.
All right.
All right, so the website he needs to go to, and I'm saying this because I have a feeling your wife's writing this down. You don't seem to be. BUCOKS.com is the website to look for diversion. And then the county attorney's phone number for any additional issues is 3. And his next court date is June 9th, 9 a.m.
Okay.
You must be back here. That can be by Zoom, but sir, you are going to have to go into a breakout room here in just a minute and talk to court security 2, the officer in the blue uniform, and set up a time, 5 hours or not, to come back here and get your picture and prints and sign that bond. If you do not come back and do that, most likely a warrant will issue for your arrest and you will potentially forfeit the $2,500 on your own recognizance. So,
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
and who's saying that, please?
Danielle Smith, I am his spouse.
Okay, Danielle Smith will note for the record that his wife Danielle Smith is assisting. Yes, Ms. Smith.
Okay, so if he opts for the diversion, does that forego him having to come back and the bond?
It will not relieve him of the obligation to get his picture and prints and bond. He still will have to do that. If he's diverted before June 9th, 9 a.m., he will not have to come back even by Zoom for that one.
Okay,
I don't make that rule. Again, the legislature does, but it tells me I have to enforce it. So that's what I
Right.
do.
okay.
Your
Anything
Honor,
else? Yes, Miss Destiny.
I will need an email from him, so he'll have to call the clerk's office, which it looks like he called earlier this morning.
Yes.
So if he wants to know about diversion, he goes online. And if he wants to apply for an attorney, he needs to call back and ask the clerk to send him an
Okay.
application. All right. If there's nothing further, I'm going to let Mr. Smith look for that breakout room to go into with the deputy. Missy, if you would help them, please.